Have you ever lost someone and suddenly understood them? Not because they changed, because they were finally gone. While they're with us, we get used to them, their voice, their habits, their presence. Then one day, they're not there anymore, and suddenly, everything makes sense. Violet spent most of her life struggling to understand emotions, especially the words, I love you. When Gilbert was still there, she couldn't fully understand what those words meant. But after losing him, she began searching for the meaning behind them. Every letter, every memory, every moment she once ignored. And slowly, she realized something. Sometimes you don't understand someone's feelings while they're speaking to you. You understand them when you're finally left with their absence. And there's a psychological reason for this. When someone is constantly around us, their presence becomes normal. Our brain adapts to it. We stop paying attention to the small things. But remove that person, and suddenly, those small things become impossible to ignore. Think about Rainer Braun. He was taught to see the people on Parody as enemies, monsters, something to destroy. But then he lived among them. He ate with them. He laughed with them. He watched them live ordinary lives. And eventually, the enemy stopped looking like an enemy. They became people. And when distance separated him from them, he could finally understand what he had been unable to see before. Sometimes you don't understand someone because you're standing too close to the story. You need distance to see the whole picture. Then there's Mace Hughes. He wasn't some legendary hero. He was just there. A friend, a father, a man who made everyone around him laugh. And that's exactly why his absence hurts so much. People don't always realize how important someone is while they're still there. Because ordinary moments don't feel important until they're the only moments you have left. His jokes, his voice, his presence. Suddenly, things that once felt ordinary became memories. And that's when people often realize you weren't missing the big moments. You were missing the person who made the ordinary moments matter. So why does this happen? Because our brains adapt to what stays. When someone is always there, their presence becomes part of our mental background. We don't question it. We don't analyze it. We simply expect it. But when that person disappears, the expectation remains. You still want to tell them something. You still expect their message. You still look for them in familiar places. And that's when your brain starts replaying everything. Conversations, memories, small details, things you didn't understand before. And suddenly, you see the person differently. Maybe that's why losing someone can feel like gaining a perspective you never asked for. Violet understood the meaning of words after losing the person who said them. Reiner understood people after stepping away from the world he was taught to hate. And Hughes showed everyone something they couldn't see while he was there. How much an ordinary presence can mean. Sometimes losing someone doesn't change how you see them. It removes everything that was stopping you from seeing them clearly. And maybe that's the cruelest part of loss. Sometimes you understand someone perfectly, only when you can no longer tell them. YouTube's algorithm thinks you'll like this. Give it a watch.